Hey friends! Today's video is all about Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and specifically I'm going to be sharing with you the daily deals that really jumped out and caught my eye. These are products that I love, products that I recommend, and you can get them at 50% off on their designated day during the sale. So we are specifically covering 50% off daily deals, and I'm very excited about this 21 Days of Beauty in particular because this is the first time that BK Beauty gets to participate in Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. We got onto Ulta.com a few months ago and we are so excited. All of the entire BK Beauty catalog is 20% off on Ulta.com. So everything BK Beauty is 20% off with the exception of the A506, the concealer brush from Angie Hot and Flashy, the Angie Hot and Flashy travel set, and the Angie Hot and Flashy 7-piece set. Those three SKUs are going to be 25% off throughout the duration of the sale. We do have a 21 Days of Beauty daily deal. The A506 will be 50% off for one day during the sale. That day is March 13th, but I'm skipping ahead. I've got a bunch of other products to share with you. I just wanted to get that out there in case you don't make it through the entire video, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's talk about the products that are 50% off today, Friday, March 6th. And I have to say that of the entire lineup, like these just got me really excited. So we're gonna start with the ANASTASIA Beverly Hills Impeccable Blurring Foundation and the Impeccable Blurring Mist, which I don't have. I think one of my daughters might have taken it from me, but this foundation is such a beautiful, long-wearing, blurring foundation. It is gorgeous. It has more of like a natural to natural matte finish, but it really depends on the products that you layer underneath it. Today I applied it and I applied it over a radiant tinted moisturizer, and I actually had more of a glowy kind of dewy finish. So I do want to mention that it is very customizable depending on the products that you prep your skin with. But overall, I would say you're going to get a pretty natural finish from it. Not super glowy, not super heavy and flat and matte either. The longevity of this foundation is just one of the best. It's so good. I also feel like the undertone and the shade range is perfection. I wear the shade 2N, 2 neutral, and it is the perfect match for me. It looks beautiful for 12 hours. I mean, I will put this on in the morning at 8 a.m. By 8 p.m., I might not even have touched up at all, and my foundation still looks incredible. Maybe not like it did at 8 a.m., but pretty darn good. I don't feel the need to touch this up or worry about how this looks. This would be a foundation that I would wear when I have an event and I want my makeup to look perfect. I would wear this for a photo shoot. I would wear this any day that I just wanted my makeup to look flawless. The coverage is pretty good. I would say it's medium to full-ish. It's very buildable, so you can get a medium coverage and then build up to a bit more. It's just a really beautiful blurring longwear foundation, and I highly recommend it. I think this foundation particularly will be loved by those of you with oily skin or those of you that just need longevity from your makeup. You feel like you're touching up throughout the day, you feel like you get shiny throughout the day. This will take care of that. It's so good. Okay, next up, the MAC Glow Up Cushion blushes are part of the sale, and I was very excited about this. So this is a product that I loved and had kind of forgotten about. When I saw that these were part of the daily deals, I went out and bought these two shades. This is the shade Cheer Up, and it's a really pretty soft peach, and this is the shade Totally Synced, which is a really like cool tone kind of bubblegum pink. So these are a cushion texture. They're really interesting. You can actually press into them and you feel that cushion texture. These are very easy to work with. So they kind of go on a little bit sheer, but they're buildable. In fact, when I first started to apply these, I used the 112 brush, but I actually needed to go over to the 109 because the 109 is more dense and it picked up more product. But I think these are just so beautiful. They leave a beautiful sheen and glow to the skin without a shimmer to them. So they don't really magnify texture. They don't look like a heavy shimmer, but they give a really beautiful lightweight glow. When you apply this on the skin, the texture is really sheer and lightweight. I would describe this as kind of like a hybrid between a cream blush and a powder blush. It really gives the best of both worlds. So it's lightweight and it's not as thick or heavy as a cream, but it gives you that really beautiful cream glow kind of finish to the cheeks. So it gives just a healthy, beautiful glow. They're so pretty and they come in a ton of colors. I really love these. If you want a cool tone pink, this is great. If you want more of like a light poppy peach, this one's beautiful. I actually mix the two together and I think they layer beautifully. So easy to work with. You could use your fingers even with these. These are really nice. I also think if you're beginning in cream blush, like maybe you've always worn powder and you want to try cream, this is a great product to start with. Okay, so tomorrow's daily deals, so this will be Saturday, March 7th, we have several products that I was very excited to see on the list. Starting with the Nars Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This has an SPF of 30. It is a moisturizer, it is a makeup product, and it is your SPF in 1. I would say that this gives pretty good coverage for being a tinted moisturizer. It definitely gives more coverage than other tinted moisturizers I've used, so it's not a very sheer, transparent coverage. It's not like a little tint of color. It's actually some good coverage. You could use this underneath foundation, which is what I did today. I actually applied this, and then I applied the Anastasia Beverly Hills on top of it. If you do that, just make sure that you really cut down the amount of foundation that you use. I did about a half a pump of the Anastasia Beverly Hills because I already had coverage from this. There are days where I will wear this alone, and I will just wear this with a concealer and maybe set it with a little bit of powder. It does give a dewy finish to the skin, so the skin is going to look dewy and supple. It doesn't really dry down, so you probably do want to set it with a powder. It's really, really beautiful, and it's hydrating too. So it's not just an SPF, it's not just a moisturizer, and it's not just like a tint of color. It's all 3 in 1. So it really does. It's one of those products that is great for those of you that don't like to wear or layer a lot of product, but you need the moisture, you need the coverage, and you need the SPF. Now, you guys know I love my Alastin Hydro Tint SPF, so I think one of the first questions that I'm gonna get is like, what's the difference between the two? I would say that this one is definitely more moisturizing and hydrating. With my Alastin, I have to use a moisturizer first and then use that. I would say that the Alastin dries down, where this one doesn't. This one stays dewy and wet on the skin. In terms of coverage, I would say they're about the same. They offer, about the same amount of coverage. The Alastin has an SPF of 36. This has an SPF of 30. Not a huge difference, but that's notable. But this is really beautiful. Again, if you just want simplicity and you want to cut down the amount of products that you're layering or using or purchasing, I would definitely give this a try. And remember, I think I said this in the intro, but everything I'm sharing, you guys, is going to be half off, 50% off on the day that it's part of the promotion. So keep that in mind. These are great deals. If anything piques your interest, take note, maybe add it to cart now and make a note to remind yourself to check out on the day of. And I would log in early on that day so that things don't sell out, because these are, they're just incredible deals. Next, we have the FENTY Gloss Balm Stix. I have 3 shades here. This is like a lipstick, a lip balm, and a gloss in one. So again, a product that is like very multi-purpose. I have the shade Fussy. It's what I have on my lips now. I did layer it over another product, but I'm gonna show you what this looks like. These are so high shine. They are so moisturizing, and they're really pigmented. A lot of times you see like these balm lipstick type products and they're a bit more sheer. These are really pigmented, so you don't necessarily need to wear a lipstick underneath it. I would still line the lips for some definition, but this is gonna give you like full color, okay? This is a beautiful color. These also smell amazing. I'm someone that likes a lot of scent in my lip products. I want them to smell yummy. I want them to smell sweet. I know some people don't, but I do like that. This is the shade Fenty Glow, and this one does have some glitter and shimmer particles to it, but when you put it on the lip, oh my God, look at that color. That is so beautiful. It's like this really beautiful, warm, kind of peachy caramel color. It is so pretty. There are shimmer, and it looks thicker on the stick than it does when you actually apply it on the lips, which I do appreciate a lot. And then we have this shade right here. This is Lip Kiss. And this is a really pretty soft peachy nude. Look at this. This is so pretty. This is going to give you a lot of shine, a lot of color, and a lot of hydration. I love these products. They're really pretty, kind of just like soft nude shade. So highly recommend these. I love these. I also love their glosses. I didn't see their glosses on the list of deals, but this is definitely one to check out. Next up, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Wands. They're like a blush and a highlighter in one product. I believe they're matte, and they're also shimmer formulas. I had several of these, but I think in my move from my studio to my old studio to my current studio, they were misplaced or lost because I could not find them today. But these are so beautiful. It's like a liquid and a cream formula hybrid. They're very easy to apply. I would do a tiny little dot and then blend out. You can layer it and build if you want more, but a little bit goes a long way on these. They have a little sponge tip applicator. They have like a pearlescent highlight quality to them that's not heavy or thick or chunky glitter or shimmer at all. Nikki used these, I believe, on me the last time she did my makeup for the Grammys, and it was just stunning. The glow on my cheeks was unreal. So love these, 50% off. I would definitely check them out. And the last product on March 7th that I want to share is the AMIKA Leave-In Conditioner. AMIKA is a line of hair care products. So if you haven't tried their products, give them a try. They're really great. My daughters love them. I use their dry shampoo, and then I have like a little spray-on mask that I'll use sometime, but I'm going to pick up this leave-in conditioner. I haven't tried this one yet, so I can't speak too much on it, but I'm going to pick this up for Kate. Kate likes to have leave-in conditioners or detangling products, so this is one that I'm going to scoop up. Okay, so this is on March 8th. I have one item on March 8th, and this is actually something that I'm considering purchasing. I haven't used this yet, but I did want to give mention to this if you are in the market for a hair dryer. The BIONIC Smart X High Efficiency Dryer and Diffuser is going to be on the sale. It retails for $359, so it is, it's a pretty penny, but at 50% off, what is that? Under $200. Still something to consider. It's on my list, but I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger. But here's what piques my interest about it, you guys. So it's supposed to dry the hair really fast, provide a frizz-free blowout, and it's supposed to feel very lightweight. If you look at the design of it, it looks very lightweight. It looks very thin and just small in the hand. And so that's really kind of what piqued my interest, is how lightweight it looks. But then the fact that it is very high efficiency, it's supposed to do less damage to the hair and dry the hair quicker, piques my interest. So if you have tried this dryer, please drop a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. I'm not certain I'm gonna get it, but it is on my list. We will see. 50% off, that's pretty good. So I wanted to give that a mention in case you're in the market for a blow dryer. You can do a little research and see what you think. Okay, you guys, let's move on to March 13th. So we go from March 8th to March 13th. There really wasn't anything in between those days that jumped out as me as like a product that I have a lot of experience with that I wanted to share. But on March 13th, you guys, BK Beauty's A506 is going to be 50% off. You can get this for $12, you guys. That is the lowest you will ever find this brush. This is, of course, our best-selling and viral concealer brush. I won't bore you with all the details because I assume if you watch my videos, you are very familiar and have heard a lot about this brush. But this is designed by Angie Han Flashy. It mimics our best-selling 101 foundation. It's just the perfect size to get right underneath the eye, and it blends out your concealer so fast. It's very soft and gentle on the skin. You can get full coverage by just tapping the brush. It'll blend out your concealer just by tapping it, and you'll still get that coverage. If you want to sheer out a concealer, like maybe you're using a full coverage or you've used too much concealer, use the longer fibers right here and really kind of sweep and pull and sheer out that product. Today I used it for my concealer, and I also used it on my eyelid to blend out my cream shadow. So it's a really great brush. I always recommend having backups of your concealer and your foundation brushes, really any brush that you use for cream or liquid products, because those are the brushes that you want to make sure are always clean. So unless you want to wash your brushes every day or two or every couple of days, get multiples, get backups so you don't have to do that. So at $12, grab a few. It's a steal of a deal. And like I said, we're so excited to be part of 21 Days of Beauty this year. It's such a big deal for us, you guys. Okay, before we move to the next product, I want to thank you guys because being on Ulta.com is such a huge deal for us. And we wouldn't have opportunities like this if it weren't for you. So thank you for all the support that you've shown our brand over the last almost 7 years. I'm really excited about, the future of BK Beauty. We have some fun, exciting products that I'm working on right now that I cannot wait to share that is in other categories, you guys, not brushes. So excited. And I just want to thank you. And when you guys shop on these retailers like Ulta or like now we're on Nordstrom, when you guys shop products on those retailers, it's not only supporting us, but it's like showing those retailers the power of our community. So I want to thank you guys. And just thank you for getting us here and thank you for your support. Okay, let's go ahead and move right on, you guys. Let's see what we have next. We have on March 14th, we have the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. That is a tried and true staple CC cream. It's got an SPF of 50, and it is pretty darn full coverage, you guys. When you think of CC or BB creams, I think typically we think of like lighter coverage than a foundation. Not at all. This one gives mega coverage. It has an SPF of 50. It's so good. And it gives a pretty natural finish to the skin. It's not matte. It's not radiant. They do have a few different formulas that can give you that radiance or that matte, but I believe the one that's part of the daily deals is the original, but that is a great one. I love that product. We also have the Bobbi Brown powder bronzers, and I have the shade Golden Light here. And this is a really beautiful, light, silky powder bronzer formula. I used it today, and I used the 104 to apply it, and it just gave a really beautiful soft veil of bronze and golden like layer to the skin. Very natural, very easy to blend out. These are matte. This one has a matte finish. It's a nice powder silky bronzer, lightweight, not too pigmented, not too sheer. It's fantastic. I love it. On March 15th, Milk Makeup has their Hydro Grip Gel Tint. Just want to make sure I have the name right. I wear the shade 5. This is a really interesting product. It's like a tinted moisturizer. It's very hydrating, but it's in this gel formulation, so it's very long wearing. It's great for sensitive skin, for acne prone skin. It's fragrance free. It gives really great coverage for being described as a tint. I typically would wear this by itself because it gives me enough coverage. I feel like I need to layer any foundation on top of it, but really great product. product to give a try if you're looking for that type of product. This one's good. Also on March 15th, Sol de Janeiro's products are 50% off. I didn't see specifically what products, it just said Sol de Janeiro products, but I love their Beach Bum body butter. My daughters love all their hair mist and their fragrance mist. They have all these different scents that are very sweet and yummy and kind of just remind you of being on vacation. But I love their body cream, and their body butter is fantastic. On March 17th, Jane Iredale's Skin Tuition is part of the 21 Days of Beauty, so this will be 50% off. This is one of Jane Iredale's newer launches. I think this launched last year. Was it last year or the year before? It's been within the last like 12 to 18 months, you guys. I lose track of time. But this is their newest liquid foundation release. It is so beautiful. It's very skin-like. It feels weightless on the skin, but it gives great coverage. If you're familiar with Jane Iredale products, I think of them as the original like OG of clean beauty. They started making clean beauty back before clean beauty was even a term. So very clean, safe for your skin ingredients, good for your skin ingredients. This is hydrating, it's long wearing, it's very skin-like, and it gives great coverage. And by the way, I wear the shade 36 Light Medium. I would say that if you like a matte finish, I would go more with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable foundation. If you like more of a skin-like radiant finish, I would go with the Jane Iredale. On March 19th, we have Persona's eyeliners. I love the shade Chocolate. I have it on my upper lash line today. These are super creamy. They're very easy to blend, smudge, or wing out. But once they dry down, they set and stay in place, like all day long. They are so, so good. So they give you time to work with it if you want to wing it out or smoke it out or smudge it with a little eyeshadow, but do it quickly because again, once it dries down, it is there to stay. It's not budging, it's not moving, it's not smudging. They're so, so good. I love the shade Chocolate. It's just like the perfect rich brown. Not as heavy as black, but still gives you some strong definition on the lashes. Okay, on March 20th, you guys, I was very excited to see Benefit had some brow products on there. So they had the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I'll be honest, I had not tried. I picked this up the other day and I used this for the first time and I really love it. Normally I wear their Precisely Brow Pencil, which is a more of a microfine little pencil. And I get the shade 3.5, which I got in this. And I will say, I feel like this formula runs a little darker. So keep that in mind. If you are a certain shade in another one of their pencils, maybe go one shade down in this one, because I did feel like this was a little dark. This is like a waxy triangular pencil, so it's very creamy, very pigmented. I didn't have to apply a lot of pressure on my skin and I would get a lot of product. I could really see it. So apply it with very light strokes. It has a pointy tip, like it has a triangular shape, and you could use that pointy tip if you want more of a fine kind of brow hair-like stroke, but then you can use the flat side of it if you want more of a powdered brow or you want to shade the brow a little quickly. Really great product. I do like this. I will probably stick with my Precisely Brow Pencil, but I think if you like formulas like this that are a little bit more waxy and that have a larger triangular head to them, this one's fantastic. So that is on sale. And then also their Precisely Brow Wax, which is a product I do love and use. I picked up a new one, fresh one. This is like a brow wax and gel combination. If you build it and build it and build it, it's going to take on the form of a wax and it'll get thick and it'll really like build the brow. But it's not as like lightweight as a gel. So it gives phenomenal hold to the brow, which I really love. It gives hold and it gives volume to the brow, which is important to me. I wear the shade 2 in this. I like to use a darker pencil and then a lighter brow wax. I love this. This has been my go-to brow gel wax since I discovered it maybe last year sometime. It is so, so good, you guys. Really love this. If you want volume and you want hold, you will love these. So good. Okay, on the 21st, you guys, we have a fantastic concealer in the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. This is part of the daily deals on the 21st. I wear the shade 3.5C. It is the perfect shade. This gives full coverage. It's thin, it's not heavy, it's not thick, it's not cakey, it's lightweight. It wears and stays in place all day long. And I love the applicator. You've got like this large doe foot wand, but flat applicator. So it really just is a great product to apply the product, but then spread the product without adding an excessive amount of product. It also doesn't pick up a lot, so it's very easy to control how much product you're applying on the skin, which we all know when you over apply your concealer, that's when you have cakiness, you magnify wrinkles and crepiness and texture on the skin. So making sure you're not over applying concealer is probably the best concealer tip that I can give you, and this makes it easy to control. This is so good. Such a great concealer, very long wearing. It also kind of self-sets, so I can set it with less powder. I don't have to use as much powder to set it, which we also know the less powder you can put underneath the eyes, the better. So good. Love this. Grab one. It's so good. On the 21st, you also have the Tarte Smolder Eyes pencils. I have 2 shades here. I have the shade Sultry, which I love, and then I also have the shade Tempt, which is the dark chocolate brown. So Sultry is a bronze bronzy brown. It's got a little shimmer. I have it on my lower lash line here. This is the shade Tempt, which is a very, very dark brown, almost kind of black. Do you see that? These are very creamy consistency. You have time to smudge them. Once they dry, they set and stay in place. What makes them interesting is how big they are. So this is more of like an eye crayon, more so than like a fine eye liner. So this is gonna give a thicker line to the eyes. You could also smudge this as shadow if you want to create a line and then kind of smudge it with a brush and create like a soft shadow. This works great. It has this little smudger tip on the other end, and this is actually good. It actually is soft enough to use underneath the eye and smudge the liner without irritating the eye. Usually I don't use the little applicators on the end of products because I find them typically to just be terrible, but this is not. So these are great. They come in a ton of colors. These are the two that I wear the most. Again, it's Sultry and the shade Tempt. Okay, you guys, we are kind of getting to the end. I only have 2 more days that I found products that I want to say really love, but actually the next one on March 22nd is another product that I'm interested in picking up. It's the LolaVie Glossing Detangler. I've tried LolaVie's shampoo and conditioner. I really like them. This product sounds interesting to me. I haven't tried it. If you've tried it, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about it. But that's something that I have on my list to pick up, so I wanted to share it, and that is March 22nd. And the last product that I want to share falls on March 26th. And it is the Lancome Lip Idol Butter Glow like balm lipsticks. These are so good. I bought a few of these last year and they've ended up in my favorites videos several times. This is the shade 36. I have them in a few shades, and honestly all the shades that I have are pretty much like the same shade. So I thought I would recommend this one. This is basically like a tinted lip balm. I'm gonna show you this color. It's pretty buildable. So you can see you can get a pretty sheer color, like a sheer little tint, but you really can build this and get a lot of pigment. So I say that because if you don't want a lot of like color on the lips and you just want to use it as a lip balm, just do a quick little swipe. You're going to get some hydration, but not a whole lot of color. But if you want to wear this as your lipstick, line your lips and just layer this a few times and you're going to get really good color. They're hydrating, they're lightweight, they have some shine, but I wouldn't say it's like glossy. It's not like a lip gloss formula at all. It really is like a lip balm with some color. They're very nice though. And particularly I love this color. Just a really pretty kind of rosy everyday color. Really pretty. It kind of is like the ideal lip color with a little bit of shine. These are fantastic. I love them. When I bought these, they were in my favorites for a couple months because they're just so good. I think Lancome makes some really great lip products. So I was excited to see these in the 21 Days of Beauty. Okay, that wraps up this video. Again, you guys, everything I mentioned is going to be 50% off on the designated day. I did tag everything in YouTube Shopping, which I'm sure you've seen the products pop up throughout the duration of this video. I'm also going to link everything in the description box, and I will put them in order of the date that they are on sale. So that'll be your little shopping guide. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you're picking up. If you're picking up anything from this video, drop a comment. Let me know. Also drop a comment if you've tried any of these products and let us know what you think about them. And then last, if you want to leave us a comment with what you plan to buy during the 21 Days of Beauty, I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.